Had me nervous there, not gonna lie.
We've had two really nice boars coming onto the north side of this property. We haven't seen many hogs out here recently. Tonight I'm going to be hunting with the Absolute 123 grain Hunter Bullet. I've got a load developed for my Precision 6.5 Creedmoor that has a 24-inch barrel, and I think I'm launching it roughly about 3150 out of my 24-inch. So out of my Aero Precision 20-inch barrel, I should easily get probably around 3,000 FPS easily. I'm guessing that. I got to do a load development. The Hammer 124 grain bullets, I've got running at its hottest load, I think 2750 FPS. So I should be able to get easily 300 FPS velocity increase using the Absolute Hunter bullets. So what's unique about the Absolute Hunters is that the ogive is longer, I believe, than the standard Hunter bullets that they've got, meaning less surface contact. So I'll get a load developed. Hopefully this hog's been coming out pretty regularly, so he should be able to come out tonight, and I will do a neocropsy if I drop this guy. So stay tuned. We'll get a load developed and send around down into Mr. Piggy.
Piggy down. Yep, that's him. Had me nervous there, not gonna lie. That may be the first pig killed with the 123 Absolutes. Let me go get the cart and I'll drag him out.
He's a pretty nice sized pig. He's a nice boar, probably 175, 200 pounds. Haven't shot one on this property in a while. He'd been showing up on the game camp for about the past week, and yeah. Let me do a neocropsy in him. He doesn't smell bad. I think I'm gonna rip the back straps out of him and come up with a recipe. I know you guys are into that. So at a distance of 80 yards, the Absolute 123 grain bullet punched this hog at 2,232 foot-pounds of energy, which is close to 250 foot-pounds of energy different than the Hammer 124 grain bullet traveling at 2,770 feet per second. Check out the snooter on this guy. It's really long. I'm gonna measure that. Here's the shot placement up close and personal. And I did look on the back. I cannot seem to find an exit. I'm not going to spend too much time on the neocropsy because it's about 70 degrees, and I do want to get the back straps out of this guy. I just wasted about 30 minutes trying to find my knife, and I have no idea what I did with that. Look at this. This is probably some family heirloom here, but I'm going to clean this thing up. But I did sharpen it for a while upstairs. Okay, here we go. Here's the damage starting right here. Totally missed the shoulder, which is good. But look at the damage inside of there. Broke 1, 2, 3, 4 ribs. So it looks like one of the things I was worried about this bullet, because it's moving so fast, I didn't know how deep it would go before it started expanding. So the bullet fully expanded within 1.5 inches, broke 4 ribs on this side. Let me see if I can find the bullet. Let's see if I can find the bullet over here. I am really impressed with this knife. Look how rusty this thing is. But it went straight through. There's about 1.5 inches worth of damage there. Already congealing. Let me see if I could just feel for that bullet. It's gonna be somewhere right against the shoulder. Yeah, it shattered some of the shoulder on the inside here. Hearing something metal, or is that just bone? Yeah, what I think I'm going to do, I want to get to the back straps, so I'm going to take the shoulder out and recover it in the morning. For those of you who want to get the back strap out easily, get up high in the neck as possible here and run the blade straight down the spine. And the hotter the pig is when doing this, or the fresher that he's downed them, it'll be a lot easier to pull this out. And you just fillet it out like a fish. This, my friend, is a nice backstrap. Find the spine with your phalange, otherwise known as your phalange, and run it right up to the hip bone. There's a hip bone right there. I like to run. You can literally feel it. It feels like a knot. And avoid getting hair like I just did in there. The less hair you mess with, the better it'll taste. Okay, this is the backstrap of a 200-pound hog, one side. That's look at the length of that. The reason I'm showing you this cut of meat is I want to show you the edible and non-edible parts. Anything on the backstrap that is white like this is going to be very gummy and it does not taste good. So you're going to want to cut this out. And it's better to have the whole backstrap at one point to flay it out real easily. And I also want to show you that on the inside that there's an internal membrane or silver that also is there that you're going to want to trim out. You see that there? You want to go ahead and remove that. But it's better to do this all at once, but let me show you how to do this real quick. It's literally just like a fillet. Get you your fillet knife or your knife and just slide it right under there. Literally fillets like a fish, you see that? Yeah, see that silver? You're gonna wanna remove that. And now what I'm gonna do with the rest of the meat is cut these into what I would call bite-sized cubes. Cut this in half and then cut it in quarters like that. 3 primary ingredients you will need for this recipe is soy sauce, garlic, and this will need to be minced up, and peppercorn, or what me and my brothers used to call pepper crack growing up, because this stuff is awesome on any meat. Everything else will just be added flavor. I've got a little bit of balsamic vinegar here, kosher salt, traditional pepper, and I will fry with this extra virgin oil. Let me go ahead and get this all mixed up in here and into the frying pan. Once the meat has been browned, go ahead and turn your oven, say hello to Cree there, or stove to medium low. I guess 2 for this stove here. And then what you're gonna do is pour water into here and make sure that the meat is almost covered with the water. Yep, that's good. And then you just let it sit for about an hour. Check it after about 35-45 minutes, see how it's doing. And it's gonna do is basically slow roast all of that flavor into the meat. It has now been an hour and the water's finally at an acceptable level here. You're gonna separate the meat from the sauce. Look how tender that is. And then you're gonna wanna remove, ooh, that's really hot. You're gonna wanna remove as much of the sauce as possible. Just leave just a tad in there because you're gonna refry the meat now. Oh, burning the hand. Just leave a dash of the sauce in there. Put a little bit of oil so it'll fry it up. I like to add just a touch more of soy sauce and then refry the meat. Oh, turn up your heat, of course. And all you're doing is searing the flavor back into the meat. And since I'm a big fan of the pepper crack, I am going to go ahead and add just a dash of this stuff. All right, once it's good and fried, put your sauce back in, make you a bed of rice, and you are good to go. Check that out. Look at that. It's so perfect. Oh my gosh, that flavor is awesome. Let me show you the sauce here. This 200-pound long-nosed Reuter hog made excellent table fare. If this 123-grain absolute hammer bullet does this much damage to a hog, I can't wait to see what it'll do on my prairie dog hunt. So until then, stay tuned for my next adventure.